So Mohsin all in with 10-3 suited, down to his last 3 big blinds or so, just making sure he gets his money in before he has to pay the big blind and the big blind ante.
Yeah. You can call too.
So 5 cards to come. The flop is a king, 9-5. There's 2 diamonds out there.
Oh boy.
Taylor with a 4 flush and a straight draw.
Holy shit, we are getting wrecked. Let me explain. See this huge tournament with millions of dollars on the table? Yeah, we're running one 5 times bigger. It's the World Championship in December with a $15 million prize pool. And over at WPT Global, we're giving away seats to it every day, and 8 seats every Sunday. Last weekend, we awarded 8 seats, and only 49 people entered. That cost us $72,000 in overlay. And this weekend, we're doing it again. Take advantage by signing up at WPTglobal.com/YT and use bonus code YT90. Brad Owen has already won 2 of these things. It's up to you to stop him.
Yeah, huge prize pool for this event, as always. Over $1 million up top. Well, here's a look at our leaderboard going into the final table, and this story is Taylor Black, 16.8 million. Gianluca Esperanza in second at 4.6. 3 players bunched around our short stack, a little over $1 million, attempting to outlast each other. So don't be surprised if Taylor plays a ton of hands until some of their fates are decided.
Well, we will see. The blinds are 50 and 75 with the big blind ante is 75. And the first one to go out is Mohsin Charania, 2-time WPT champion. Folds his hand around the corner to Lorenzo. Not gonna play. And there's our chip leader, Taylor Black, with just a 4-5. We'll make it 150 to go.
Taylor with such an enormous chip lead. He is going to apply pressure immediately and raise some very speculative hands here.
Now it's around to David Kim, and he's got a king 7 of diamonds. He's in the big blind. David is from Seoul, Korea, living in Chicago now, 31 years old. He'll make this call.
Everyone at this table between the ages of 31 and 36 years old.
There's our flop, Tony. It is a jack 6-4. Pair of 4s for Taylor.
Well, a little piece for both players. This is actually a nice board for David to check raise a hand like king 7 of diamonds, but he may be extra cautious against the chip leader Taylor Black. So we see him fold a hand that, you know, had some options there besides folding, could continue. But for the moment, everyone just trying to stay out of the fray and move up that pay ladder.
Well, they all have masks on, obviously. That's one of the rules here at Bellagio. We're in the middle of COVID, so we'll look back probably years from now and just say, remember those days. Nice little disguise.
Now, for poker players especially, wanting to disguise any tells or mannerisms.
Yeah.
I know many players who say, well, I'm not going back to no mask poker until they make me.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
keeping this advantage. Taylor going up to Queen 9 here to 150,000. Fix your call. Going out with 4s.
Wow, and now David Kim with ace 10.
David and Mohsin came in very close as the short stacks.
All in. Okay.
Trying to outlast each other, but David not going to pass up this spot. Will move all in with ace 10. Knows that Taylor is raising extremely wide here and going to take the opportunity to grab a few big blinds.
And Taylor says, okay, the jig is up. I will fold. David, take the pot. There's the WPT Mike Sexton's Champions Cup. They all want to get their name inscribed on that, Tony.
Mohsin Charania already has his name on that one.
Yeah, twice.
The other 5 players attempting to be first-time WPT champions. Pair of kings might help Gianluca get there.
He will raise it up.
And Taylor here finds a big hand, but Gianluca, actually one of the medium stacks here. Taylor can't just pile in chips against him when he's raising such a tight range to begin with. And I really like this call from Taylor. I think he could use some worse ace hands as a bluff, but he should just call hands like ace-queen and ace-jack that have some playability post-flop. Speaking of, David with ace-10 in the big blind will also come along, so 3 players go into this flop.
Mm-hmm. The flop's a 9-7 deuce. Very safe for Gianluca with the kings. And he will go out and bet it. 250 on the continuation bet.
Close spot for Taylor here with no spade in his hand, but he does think his ace-queen is worth a call.
David's gonna fold. And the 9 pairs the board.
Not the card Gianluca wanted to see here. Taylor likely believes his hand is good, some percent. So he's looking to keep the pot small here, just a small bet of 175 in position, basically pricing the showdown, trying to charge Gianluca if he has a couple of overcards.
If you're Gianluca, you're saying, oh no, if this guy slop around with a 9, am I gonna get a big beat? You wanna keep the price of the pot down? 8 of diamonds on the river. Gianluca gonna check it again with the kings. And he will calmly take this one. Gianluca Esperanza, originally out of Italy, now living in Austria, got total live earnings in tournaments for close to $3 million. His old nickname was Teganza because he used to take a lot of time.
Oh, he was a staller. Well, I'm glad he's over that phase of his career because stalling has been an epidemic in poker lately.
And now we have the action clock, which pushes everyone around, and he says he even likes it.
Taylor going up again with the queen 10 of hearts. Vic Shegal right behind with ace queen of spades making the call. Big fan of this call from Vic. A lot of players see a hand as good as ace queen suited and start re-raising, but it plays beautifully as a call.
Gianluca is gonna slop around 2 with a 4 deuce. Let's see if anything materializes with that junk hand.
Well, they better not be hearts. It's king, queen, 7, rainbow with a spade, and so Vic well out in front here. Taylor will check his middle pair. And Vic Shegal will fire 150 here. Taylor likes the price, so he'll see a turn. 5 of hearts on the turn doesn't change very much about this board. It was a small flop bet from Vic. Now he'll check back, so keeping this pot small against the chip leader and an ace on the river will make Vic a lot more confident in the quality of his hand.
Chip leader's gonna check again. And Vic has gotta feel great about this now.
425.
All right, you heard it. 425. Yeah, but this is an easy escape there for the chip leader, so Vic will take the pot down. Vic Shegal, born in Ukraine, lives in Vegas. His former occupation, he was a DJ and a music producer. Imagine that.
Went from late nights to late nights.
Yeah, and he learned poker at 18 with friends. Started playing some big tournaments, high-stakes tournaments, and he has total live earnings of about 723. So a nice career for him so far.
Taylor really pushing the pace here, opening 6-5 offsuit first to act, and you can see how handcuffed some of his opponents are. David Kim there folding Jack 10 suited. Everything now about moving up the pay ladder, especially if you are Mohsin or David. Lorenzo also needs to be very conscious. And he's gonna go all in here for about 1.2 million. So Taylor paying the price for getting ambitious with his raising standards.
So Lorenzo Lavis will take down that pot. They are all positioning themselves for a big outcome from one of the biggest tournaments of the year. This is going to be good. Now, the real story at this table right now is David Kim. He's down to his last couple 100,000. So you got to figure he'll get involved in here.
Good luck.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Of course, his chips are in there. Mohsin out, Gianluca. Take a look at his hand. Pair of 4s.
Now he can happily see the flop for 100,000 more.
Which he does. So a lot of drama. David Kim saying his prayers. And the flop is a 6-5-3. So 3 of a kind here for Taylor. Open-ended for Gianluca. Zip and pip for David. Taylor, 250.
Yeah, David with 2% equity. Don't want to get ahead of myself, but I'm pretty sure we're going to lose him in 6th place here. Up against a set and an open-ender. He could hit running diamonds, and that is about it.
Gianluca just calling. Hoping to hit a straight.
And with that, David's fate has been decided. So we will lose David in 6th place. But right now, a pot brewing between Taylor and Gianluca. Taylor betting his set of 5s. Gianluca has to question whether his draw is worth the call here. Some chance that he is drawing dead against spades. We know that all of his outs are live, but hard for him to know in this moment.
Taking a time chip again. Needs more time, and he's gonna fold the hand, which is gonna give Taylor the win. David is out of this tournament in 6th place. And he gets up a little stunned.
All right, boys, good game. Good luck, boys. Take it down. Good luck, good luck. Good luck, brother.
That's fine.
Now, David Kim lost the flip and then got his last 2 blinds in with ace-king up against pocket 5s, which hit a set. He's eliminated by Taylor Black in 6th place.
That's right. He's going to pick up 261,000. Let's see what he has to say.
I came in relatively short. There were a couple shorter than me. Kind of waited it out. Lost a crucial flip, and didn't work out. I'm the only non-pro in the field, and I'm just fortunate that I got this far.
And we have a couple folds around to the Italian, Gianluca Esperanza.
Fun name to say, isn't it?
Love it. That's a fantastic name to say.
Ah, molto bene. Now Lorenzo here, facing a raise with the 9-8 offsuit limped into the small. Of course, Taylor isolated him with the raise. Makes the call, and we see a king, 6-5, 2-heart flop. Lorenzo with the gut shot. 2 cards over the 6. Not much else to speak of. Taylor with ace high and a couple of backdoor draws. So Taylor will start the betting, 275.
Lorenzo with the inside straight draw. He's been getting pushed around by this bully on his left the entire night. And wow, he's cutting out these raising chips. He's had enough. He's mad as hell. He's not going to take it anymore. He's doing it in a raise.
A nice hand selection from Lorenzo. He has some outs to the nuts. He blocks some draws, a couple of overcards to the 6, and that's all he'll need to take this one down.
Yes, it's going to work out. He gets the man with the ace to go away. So that's going to feel good. You sucked out on the turn just before, and now you get the bluff one. So things looking up. I think he's in 2nd chip position at this time behind Taylor Black. Anything can happen here. Mohsin Charania this time with just a 10-3 of hearts.
Yeah, Mohsin down to his last few big blinds here, just moving it in before the big blind and big blind ante eats about half his stack.
Yep, that's what he's done. Now, can he get away with this and win with 10 high? It's around to Taylor, though, who's rich.
Well, he doesn't have much, but he's getting nearly 2-1 on a hand that plays well when it sees all 5 cards and is likely to be heads up with Mohsin if Vic stays out of the pot.
Clock is ticking down. He's going to require more time.
Maybe debating whether he wants to shove and push Vic out of this pot or call and leave himself open.
Mohsin is saying, just please, give me a little break. give me a gift, just go out. Little does he know he's in front at this point, but he's gonna get called. And now Vic with ace-3 wants no part of that.
I'm not 100% sure what I'm supposed to do with the ante.
So there you go.
I'm not sure if that's a shove. I just don't know about the ante.
So Mohsin all in with 10-3 suited, down to his last 3 big blinds or so, just making sure he gets his money in before he has to pay the big blind and the big blind ante.
Yeah. You can call 2.
So 5 cards to come. The flop is a king 9-5. There's 2 diamonds out there.
Oh boy.
Taylor with a 4 flush and a straight draw.
And both his pair outs are live too. Turn is a diamond, and with that, we are going to lose Mohsin Charania in 5th place, 2-time WPT champion and a past winner of the 5-diamond main event. Has a nice run in this tournament, but does finish in 5th place.
That's right. He's out in 5th place. Let's go talk to him.
Honestly, it's pretty hard to have expectations when one guy who's really good has all the chips, so I got pretty lucky to even still be in, so I'm pretty satisfied, I guess.
Holy shit, we are getting wrecked. Let me explain. See this huge tournament with millions of dollars on the table? Yeah, we're running one 5 times bigger. It's the World Championship in December with a $15 million prize pool. And over at WPT Global, we're giving away seats to it every day and 8 seats every Sunday. Last weekend, we awarded 8 seats and only 49 people entered. That cost us $72,000 in overlay. And this weekend, we're doing it again. Take advantage by signing up at WPTglobal.com/YT and use bonus code YT90. Brad Owen has already won 2 of these things. It's up to you to stop him.
Blinds are still 75, 150. Big blind ante of 150 as well. And it's up to the Italian first. Gianluca. King 10. And he will make it 300. Lorenzo and Taylor going out around to Vic, Shegal. King deuce. Vic's got about 7 million in front of him. Gianluca with about 3.2. So Vic will play.
Gianluca in good shape, dominating, going to this flop, but gets out flopped on 8-6 deuce. Vic making bottom pair. Gianluca with a hand that can mix bets and checks here. A board that's more favorable for the big blind than the pre-flop raiser. Gianluca with the 2 overcards and the backdoor straight draw. Wants to continue betting here and makes it 300,000. Vic makes the call. So on to the turn, and it is a 6 of spades. Certainly a more favorable card for the big blind than the in-position player. And Vic gonna stab for 200,000. Gianluca not gonna fold, receiving those kind of odds. He needs an 8 for a chop, king or a 10 for a win. Instead, it's a 6. So Vic makes a full house on the river. And I wouldn't be surprised to see him block bet for value here. Nope, he just decides to check it. And Gianluca happy to check it back. Find out he does not win this pot.
Gianluca.
Shaking his head.
Yeah. Muttering things behind that mask.
What he was doing on the river if it doesn't come at 6.
I mean, depends. What card?
Whatever. I mean, I don't know. I kind of knew your cards, so I feel like an idiot. Just feel after that river, you'd never check folding. Like, I mean, I don't know.
That is true.
Well, Vic with the junkie 9-4-0 in the small blind here. Looks like he wants to play. Will
Is that enough?
raise to 375.
Yeah. Is that enough?
Yes, it is. Gianluca with a nice hand to call with. Queen Jack in the big blind.
I'm all in.
He's just gonna go all in here.
And a quick ejection by Vic Shegal. So nicely done by Gianluca. and a bold player. I got to give him that.
Vic getting a little out of line with that 9-4 offsuit raise. Gianluca punishing him for it. So Gianluca is not back down from the challenge, no matter who has the chips.
And this table's gotten very silent, very quiet. Such big money at stake here. We started out with 716 entries at Bellagio. We're down to these 4 for massive money. So it is tense. Now Vic, this time with ace-jack, just calling. And Gianluca with a little pair of 7s here, mid-pair.
He'll be pretty happy to get this hand in. And I am curious to see how Vic will respond with ace-jack.
I'm all in.
Oh, he's gonna shove.
Vic will probably look him up. I'm not so sure of that, but I think he will.
Whoa, Taylor going out. And now Vic with an ace-jack. He can afford it.
I think Vic will call, but I'm really not sure.
But the other question is, do you want to give a guy that's on the short stack a real shot?
Well, he knows Gianluca can have a number of pairs that he's flipping against, and he's getting a really good price against those. I think Gianluca could show up with ace-10, maybe a little bit of ace-5, ace-4 suited at times, likely ace-9 suited as well. So I think Vic will determine that he has enough equity here against Gianluca's range. But no, I'm mistaken. Vic does let this one go, and Gianluca will be stoked to pick up an extra 6 big blinds there, jamming it in and not having to show it down.
Well, Vic is his second chip position. Didn't need to gamble. The Italian is coming back. Blinds are going up to 125, 250.
Well, he's got his favorite hand here. Ace-7, going up to $500,000.
Take a look at Vic's hand, king-queen.
Well, Vic, again, in a spot where he could call or could shove. Both options pretty viable here. He does cover Gianluca, and that makes me think he's going to lean towards shoving. See him eyeing Gianluca's stack, but he does just call. Man, I've done a bad job of predicting what Vic will do today. I hope I don't match up against this guy anytime soon.
Flop is coming up, king 10-4, 2 clubs, so king's there for Vic. And he's gonna check and trap. Gianluca, oh boy, gonna make the continuation bet.
And he does have a nice hand to bet as a bluff here.
All right.
4 1/4. I think Vic will raise. Not certain of that. It is a final table and ranges tighten up. But on this texture, I think King-Queen wants to get more money in and a little protection. So what will he raise to? Oh, it's all in. I did not expect that. I thought he might check raise to like 1.2 million and then go for it on the turn, but Vic just rips it in, and that will scare Gianluca away.
Yep, sometimes it's better just to take the pot when you can. No more gambling. Vic will take it.
And then you really love life.
The DJ, loving poker at this moment. 716 entries, down to 4. You're playing well, you're on TV. All is good. As he goes out, Gianluca also going away now. Lorenzo with a king-4 of clubs. He's content just to call. But Taylor behind him with ace-10 might not be. Now he's gonna raise 650 total. So back on Lorenzo. What does he want to do here? He's gonna make a call. So here we go. Ace-10 versus king-4. Taylor looking down at his stack saying, what can I get from this guy if I hit? And I do hit. Aces for Taylor, but a 4 flush for Lorenzo.
Big flop for Taylor here. Lorenzo not only has a flush draw, but backdoor straight draws to the Broadway and the wheel. I think with this king high draw, he'll take a passive route, but I'm not sure. He is our short stack. Taylor bets 600,000. Oh, wow, Lorenzo just gonna check shove. He is all in.
I call.
Good call by Taylor.
Yeah, Taylor with a clear call there.
Didn't have to waste his time. He is out in front, but no lock, obviously. Big flush draw for Lorenzo. Taylor out in front with aces. Lorenzo gets up on his feet. It's been a long tournament for him. Can he get lucky with the flush? Not there, 7 of diamonds. One more shot. Otherwise, he will be eliminated. Let's see what happens. Deuce on the river. Au revoir for the Frenchman.
And with the 7 of diamonds, deuce of diamonds run out, we lose Lorenzo Lavis in 4th place, a strong showing for the young man from France.
It's so difficult, but I finished 4th. I became short stack, so it's cool. It's cool. I'm a little bit disappointed, but maybe next time I'm do better.
Three-handed now at our 5-diamond final table, where Taylor Black back on top with 18.6 million, Vic Shegal at 7.5, and Gianluca around 2.5 million, our short stack. Taylor Black knocked out Lorenzo Lavis just before the break in a blind versus blind pot that sees him well on top of the leaderboard again.
Gianluca on that short stack. Can't play that junk, so moves on to Taylor. He has a 7-6. It's a big chip leader again, so he says, why not? Go back to the way I used to play. He's going to make it 725 total, and Vic looks down at an awful 8-3. Can't compete. Taylor Black back on top, taking down that pot. Lines are 125, 250. Third place gets 609,000. Second place, 827. Big jump there. And then, of course, the winner of the 5-diamond will get 1.25 billion.
Oh, I probably should check how many chips you have. All right. Caught myself. Almost gave you free chips.
All right, we have a fold by Taylor, and now Vic with a pair of 8s.
And with Gianluca having such a short stack, I think Vic will put him in unless he tries to trap with a limp in the small blind.
Well, you're right. He knows that the Italian only has about 2-4 left.
Well,
You might as well put him in. That's what he's going to do.
cool.
All right, an all in and a call. Vic shoves in the small blind with a pair of 8s. Gianluca makes the call with ace-3 of diamonds. He will be all in and at risk. Needs to catch up by either making top pair, a straight, or a flush. Otherwise, if the 8s for Vic will hold up, we will be down to heads up.
Will the 8s be lucky here? This is a big moment at Bellagio. Here come the first 3.
Flop is 10, 9, 5, 2 hearts and a club, so no diamonds to help Gianluca's ace-3 of diamonds catch up here.
Yeah, the Italian can't like that flop. He is well behind at this point, going to the turn. Can he spike that ace? Nope.
And with the king of hearts on the turn, Gianluca Esperanza needs an ace and only an ace on the river. Will he find it? It is a 7 of hearts, and Gianluca is going to be eliminated in 3rd place. The young Italian with a very strong finish here at Bellagio, named for an Italian city.
He's going to take home $689,000. What a dream week for him. He's not going to take home the title, but let's go talk to him anyhow.
I mean, it really wasn't a problem that they double up. The problem was that they double up too many times. I'm not sure about it, but this is the poker. So anyway, like sometimes you can win, sometimes you lose. You can win every tournament.
Holy shit, we are getting wrecked. Let me explain. See this huge tournament with millions of dollars on the table? Yeah, we're running one 5 times bigger. It's the World Championship in December with a $15 million prize pool. And over at WPT Global, we're giving away seats to it every day and 8 seats every Sunday. Last weekend, we awarded 8 seats and only 49 people entered. That cost us $72,000 in overlay. And this weekend, we're doing it again. Take advantage by signing up at WPTglobal.com/YT and use bonus code YT90. Brad Owen has already won 2 of these things. It's up to you to stop him.
Let's go to the felt. It's going to be on Vic. He's got an 8-3 of clubs. He'll make it 650 total. our chip leader, Taylor, will call with a 5 deuce of hearts. Flop is a mere 9-9-3, so Vic now catching threes there. And he will bet again, 300,000. Taylor with not too much. 5 high, 3 hearts, but he's gonna raise it.
I like this hand selection for the check raise bluff very much. Taylor with the backdoor draws here. And on these paired boards, the big blind player usually continues by raising instead of calling. And Vic with 2 pair, backdoor flush draw, of course gonna make the call in position. So we go to a turn, and it is a perfect card for Taylor Black. He now has an open-ended straight flush draw, picks up a ton of outs with that 4 of hearts.
He thought he was brave after the flop. He'll get very brave now that he has that kind of drawing hand. He puts out 1.5 million in chips to put the pressure on Vic Shegal, the former DJ, and that is not music to his ears. He's gonna fold it.
Yeah, Vic spun out of that one. Had to let the 3 go. Taylor with the flop check raise, gets the dreamy 4 of hearts on the turn, fires a barrel that gets the job done.
That's right. Taylor has 7 WPT cashes. This is his first final table, but he has live earnings of over 2.5 million in the poker world. He's been playing poker for 17 years. And he is on the cusp of taking down this title, this time with a Queen 4. Seems to like it, and he will make it 500 to go into Vic, who has a pair of jacks. Wakes up with the big wired pair.
1.8.
Pretty aggressive. It's a $1.5 million raise. It's gonna chase out Taylor. So, did he raise too much? Did he want him in? Did he just want him out at this point?
I think he chose a good sizing. In the big blind, we tend to size up when we 3-bet, and Vic made a pretty sizable 3-bet to 2 million.
Because we were like inside, it's dark.
Yeah.
Kind of lost sense of time.
All right, so it didn't work out the way he wanted, but takes down the pot. This time, ace-king for Taylor.
Yeah, now he'd be happy to see a 3-bet.
Makes it 500.
Vic slides his stack to the side and peeks down at ace-8. Well, he's got right around 30 blinds, so he will have a choice between calling and 3-betting. I think if we're to jam an ace here, it would need to be a low one or a high one. I don't think a middling ace is exactly what we want to rip it in here with.
All in? All right, call.
Vic is gonna move all in with this ace-8 and an insta-call, of course, by Taylor. Wow. Vic making a fast move. Little did he know what he was up against, and this thing doesn't look very good for him right now with 5 cards to come.
Good luck, man.
Let's go to the flop. King 10-6, Taylor even further out in front now with top pair. At this point, Vic can really only hope for a running straight or a running 8s, as we can see just 2% to somehow win this pot.
And it's a queen on the turn.
Hold on, we can chop. I'll take a chop.
Halfway there. Yeah, I'm sure you will.
Jack ball, 1 time.
Only a jack will chop this pot. Otherwise, Taylor Black is your champion.
9 of spades.
And with that, Taylor Black is your WPT 5-diamond champion. Chip leader, almost wire to wire, gets it done.
Wow, he's gonna take home over $1.2 million. He's the winner of the 5-diamond World Poker Classic.
Yeah, I'm just incredibly thankful to be here. Not everybody gets this chance, and just to even play in a tournament like this is what my goals were when I set out to start. And yeah, to win this tournament is, it's gonna take a while to set in.
There you have it, folks. Taylor Black is the newest WPT champion here at the Bellagio 5-diamond World Poker Classic.